My dear students, today I have a good news for you. We are going to take up the classes for CBSE and ICSE syllabus from today onwards. This decision has been taken only because of the reason that the reopening of the schools will be delayed due to lockdown imposed by our government because of coronavirus. So concentrate on studies. You can think that your schools are as if your schools are running now. Please, I request you to watch the classes regularly by residing at your home, by maintaining the distance, understand, social distance. And then, if you have any doubt, you can write to me and get it clear. Understand? Let's go to the first chapter. Chapter 1 in CBSE syllabus. Accounting not-for-profit organization. In the name itself, it is for not-for-profit organization. That means for not-for-profit organization. That means the organization set up for not making profit. You can ask me a question. Is there any organization running without profit motive? Definitely. There are some organizations are exclusively set up for providing services. Please give me an example. You can ask me. There are some organizations, charitable institutions. What is a charitable institution? Charitable institution, the main purpose, the object of the charitable institution to provide the free of cost of food, cloth, some other things, necessaries. They will issue, they will give to the public on free of cost. So these organizations, there is no profit motive for charitable institution. There are some organizations are there. And then schools. Schools, what is the main purpose of the schools? The school has to provide educational facilities, educational services to the general public. So their prime aim is not to earn money. They have to give education to the public. That is schools. That is also non-profit making organization. And then religious organization. There are Hindu and Muslim, so many religious organization in order to promote their respective religions. So there are some organizations, but without profit motive. And then trade unions. What do you mean by trade unions? First of all, you should know what is trade unions. Trade unions is nothing but the association of the employees in order to give benefit to the employees. So it is an association of employees. If any demands of the employee is to be settled, we have to approach only to the trade unions. If salary is insufficient, then the claims to be made only to the trade unions. They will make arrangement by sitting with the employers in order to settle their claims. So trade unions, if to be salary increased or bonuses to be given. So there are some organizations which is nothing but the combination and association of many employees. That is, it is exclusively for non-profit making. And then welfare societies. There are so many welfare societies for the welfare of weaker section. And then there are welfare societies, and then some societies or some institutions are made only for some promotion of arts and science. For example, football club, badminton club, and so many clubs in order to promote the respective field and in particular sports. So these are the organization has to provide services for not making profit. Understand? So far, when you are studying in +2, what you have done actually, you have seen the preparation of trading, manufacturing account, trading account, profit and loss account, and balancing for sole trader of profit making companies. Here, non-profit making companies. What are the steps to be made here? So, clearly understand, please. All non-profit organizations do not undertake any business activity. There will be no purchase, there will be no sales, no manufacturing activities, no trading activities. So, the main purpose is only to promote the social welfare or provide service to the particular group. Understand? So, do not undertake any business activities. Please note it down. And then, what is the source of income? Okay, sir, if we are not doing any business or if we are not purchasing or selling, what will be the sources? What will be the sources? Actually, the sources will be in terms of subscriptions. Subscriptions. What do you mean by subscriptions? Subscription is nothing but a fixed amount is payable by every member of the organizations. Fixed either monthly subscription or annually subscription or half-yearly subscription or quarterly subscription. So the subscription are to be paid to the organization by the members periodically. That is subscription. It is the only source. Apart from that, there are so many incomes also. So apart from subscription, the organization may collect the the organizations may act for some donations from the public. They can collect donations from the public. So subscription, donations, and then grant in aid. What is grant in aid? Grants in aids. That means it is nothing but a subsidy. Some grants will be given by the government for the development of these organizations. That grant in aids. And then there may be income from investments. Had we invested in government securities or anywhere, the income from that sources, that is also income of the particular organization. So subscription, donation, grants, and then if we sell any assets, so is there any profit or loss on the sale of the product? I mean sale of the assets. So that is also a one type of source of income. So these are the income. With this income, we have to meet out the regular expenses in order to fulfill our common goal of the organization. So it is accountable. So the organization is accountable to their members because the members and societies are contributing funds to the organization. So the organization, non-profit organization, is accountable to their members and society. So proper system of accounting has to be made. Like profit-making companies. In profit-making companies, what are the statements we have prepared? Manufacturing account first, and then trading account, and then profit and loss account, and then balance sheet. Here, there are three types of ledgers or statements, financial statements we have to prepare. First, we have to prepare the receipts and payment account. Receipts and payments account. What do you mean by receipts and payment? You might have read it. You might have studied in +1 itself. Receipts and payments is nothing but a summary of cash transaction. The receipts and payments in terms of cash and bank. So receipts and payments, it has two sides. One is debit side and credit side. Debit side is a receipt side, credit side is a payment side. Whatever the amount that you have received in terms of money, in terms of cash or bank, it will be debited in the receipts and payments account. Whatever the payments are to be made, it has to be credited in the payment side of the receipts and payments account. On that basis, actually it is a basis for non-profit organization. Receipts and payments account is a basis on basis of which we have to prepare, because we have to concentrate, we have to be very careful about the receipts and payments account. We have to analyze each and every transaction entered in receipts and payments account. By analyzing the transactions, we have to prepare income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure, what do you mean by income and expenditure? Because as far as not profit marking, not for profit organization, it is not doing any business activities. It is not purchasing, it is not selling. So there is no need of finding out the net profit or gross profit in not profit organization. So what we have to do? Unlike profit making company, here we have to prepare in order to find out whether the income is sufficient to meet out the expenses in order to achieve the common goal of the organization. So it is a basis on basis of which, the basis of receipts and payments account, we have to prepare income and expenditure account. What is income and expenditure account? It is nothing but the form of, it is in the form of nominal account. What do you mean by nominal account? Nominal account, what is the rule of nominal account? Nominal account is debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So it will have two sides, debit side, credit side. Like profit and loss account, it is akin to profit and loss account. So in profit and loss account, we are finding out net profit, but here we are finding out the surplus. whether the income, whether the sources is sufficient to meet out or insufficient. We have to find it out whether there is a surplus or deficit. So in case of income and expenditure, we have to find out the surplus or deficit. But in case of trading and profit and loss account, we have to prepare net profit. Understand? So income and expenditure, this means it is a two sides. It has also two sides. Two sides, debit side and credit side. Debit side is a debit all expenses. So debit side will be expenditure side. Credit side will be income side. So we have to prepare income and expenditure. After that, after arriving in either surplus or deficit, we have to prepare the balance sheet. There is one legal requirements for each and every not-for-profit organization to furnish the receipts and payments account, income expenditure account and balance sheet to Registrar of Societies. So in partnership, Registrar of Firms, here in not-for-profit organization, Registrar of Societies. We have to furnish the periodical reports to Registrar of Societies. Understand? Now, let's see about the characteristics of non-profit organization. What are the characteristics? Just we have discussed. Anyhow, these main important points that you have to remember. By remembering these points, you will be well versed about these subjects. The first important point is to provide services. To provide. The main purpose of the organization is to provide services. In terms of to provide services, it may be in the field education. It may provide education service or healthcare service or recreation service or sports service. These are the services. For example, these are the services may be provided by not-for-profit organization. This is the first important point. And the next point, the person who subscribes, who contributes by means of subscription is called subscribers. Here, subscribers are nothing but members. Subscribers are members. So, the subscribers are members. This is the second important point. And then, this organization ought to be managed by managing and executive committee. There will be a committee that is called managing or executive committee. It has to supervise, it has to control whether the funds are utilized in a proper manner or not. So, it has to give reports to the particular authority, I mean Registrar of Societies. So, it is managed by managing and executive committee. This is a third important point. What will be the sources? The points we had already discussed, but anyhow, please remember the sources of income in terms of subscription. Subscription is nothing but the fixed amounts payable by the members to the organization periodically, either monthly or half-yearly or annually. And then donations. Some donations may be obtained from any, well-to-do persons in order to promote the services. So, donations from public. And then legacies. Some persons, they don't have any here. Some documents or assets will be handed over to the organization for the purpose of, social service. So, some legacies, it is another source of income. And then grants in aid. Normally, it is nothing but a subsidy. That some type of grant are used to be given by the government in order to promote that social service. So, grants in aid. And income from investments. Had we made any investments, if any income from that investments, that is also a source of income. So, income from investments. So, these are the main sources of income. From this income, we have to meet out the daily, our day-to-day activities. Understand? And then, we have to prepare, I had already told, one income and expenditure account. From income and expenditure account, we have to find out whether the income is sufficient to meet out the expenses. If the income is greater than the expenditure, then it will be surplus. So, surplus, like profit and loss account, if there is a net profit, it has to be transferred to the capital account. Here, there is no capital account. Instead of capital account, there will be capital fund or general fund. You can call it either capital fund or general fund. So, if you arrive any surplus from income and expenditure account, you have to add to the capital fund or general fund. This is a very important point. And then it is not a profit motive. The earning is not a object of the organization. So what is? They will earn only reputation. The organization has to earn reputation by providing services or providing welfare to the societies. So these are the important points. And then we are, sir, why sir we are not making profits? Why should we prepare accounting information and all? Yes, we are accountable. I mean, the managing trustee or committee is accountable for the members or general public, and then the registrar of societies. So they have to furnish the information to the present or potential contributors, whether the source of income has been utilized in a good manner in order to check it out. So the accounting information periodically or at the end of the every year has to be furnished by the society, I mean by the organization, to present and potential contributor and to meet the statutory requirements. Statutory requirements means every year, at the end of every year, the organizations, I mean not for profit organization, has to furnish income and expenditure account and then balance it along with receipts and payments account. Receipts and payments account also is very much needed. Understand? Let's see what are the records to be maintained in case of not-for-profit organization. The main records we have to maintain the ledger. We have to prepare ledger for each and every income and expenditures and assets and liabilities. So this is a main important point. So ledger we have to maintain. From the ledger we have to prepare trial balance. Trial balance, sir, is trial balance needed, sir? You can ask the question because it is not profit-making companies. Yes. Trial balance must be prepared. If the double entry system is followed, the trial balance must be prepared. And then capital fund. There is no need of capital, but capital fund to be raised. From what sources is the capital fund raised? Subscription, donation, grants and trade, legacies, income from investments. These are the sources of income. So if it is going on increasing year to year, because every year subscription we are receiving, every year we may receive some donations, and then net profit, instead of net profit we are here preparing surplus. So every year surplus to be added to the capital fund. So it is supposed to be, actually it will be automatically increased every year, year to year, understand? So the capital fund or general fund, we have to maintain one register, important register, that is called stock register. Stock register for fixed assets. For fixed assets means fixed assets, that is building, land, and then any fixed machinery and computer, any assets if there is. So fixed assets and consumables, for these two we have to maintain the stock. What is the opening stock and then how much purchased during the year and what is the closing stock. So only if you maintain the stock register, we can be in a position to find out how much the consumables are consumed and how much fixed assets are added during this year. So this is also important point. Apart from that, this is a final accounts for not for organizations. So final accounts, what is a final accounts? In case of trading company, in case of business activity companies, so manufacturing account, trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Here the final accounts of not for organization, receipts and payments account, income and expenditure account and then balance sheet. Three important statements we have to be periodically furnished to the register of societies. So these documents is legally required. So receipts and payments, only on basis of the receipts and payments we have to prepare income and expenditure account. Apart from that, we have to prepare balance sheet. And so these are the main records that we have to maintain. Now let's see the receipts and payments types. What are the types of receipts and payments? Actually, the format has been attached. You can view from the screen. It is attached on the screen. You can view one by one. What are the receipts? The first point is donation. Donation for general purpose or specific purpose. If donation is for general purpose, it is a revenue nature. Donation for specific purpose, it is for capital nature. For example, donation for building, donation for some particular purpose. So it will be treated as a liability. So donation, general donation, if it is general donation, it will be coming in the credit side of the income and expenditure account. And then entrance fees, it is another type of entrance fees. Means in order to become a member of our organization, we have to pay entrance fees. And then legacies, sale of investments, sale of fixed assets, subscriptions from members, life membership fees, sale of any old newspaper or old sports materials, interest on fixed deposits, interest dividend on investments. If there is investment, any income derived from the investment, either it is interest or dividend, that is income. Proceeds from charity source, there may be some source will be organized by your organization. If there is any proceed, that is also income. Sale of scrap, granting aid, and then interest dividend on specific fund investments, miscellaneous receipts. These are the receipts, types of receipts that may be entered in the credit side of the receipts and payments account. And then there may be some payments. What will be the payments? Purchase of fixed assets, and then purchase of sports material, investment in securities, printing and stationery, postages and courier services, advertisements, wages and salaries, honorarium, telephone charges, electricity and water charges, repairs and renewals, upkeep of playground, conveyance charges, subscription for periodicals, audit fees, entertainment expenses, municipal taxes, charity, insurance. These are the payments to be made. Examples of payments. So these are the types of receipts and payments. And then let us see about the format of receipts and payments. Here, receipts and payments I had already explained. It is a simple cash book without a discount and bank column. So it is a simple. So it is having two sides. One is receipt side and credit side. Receipt side is the debit side and credit side is the payment side. Here also in the receipt side, I mean debit side, to balance B party. If there is opening balance in cash in hand and cash in bank, it will be entered in the debit side. If there is any overdraft in the bank, it will be the opening balance in the credit side. The by balance B party, that is bank overdraft. So if there is a favorable balance, it will be coming in the debit side. If there is overdraft balance, it will be coming in the credit side. And then receipts. Subscription is the receipt. General donation is the receipt. Sale of newspaper, it is a receipt. And sale of periodicals, waste papers, sale of old sports materials, interest on fixed deposit, interest dividend on general investments, locker rent, sale of scraps, proceeds from charity soap, miscellaneous receipts, grant in aid, legacies, specific donations, sale of investments, sale of fixed assets, and the life membership fees, entrance fees, receipt on account of specific purpose funds, interest on specific funds investments. So these are the type of receipts. It will be coming in the debit side, I mean receipt side of the cash book. Cash book is nothing but the receipts and payments account. So in the credit side, if there is a overdraft, it will be coming to opening balance. By balance we call it bank overdraft. And then other general expenses, wages and salaries, rent, it will be coming in the credit side, wages and salaries, rent, rates and taxes, insurance, printing and stationery, postages and courier, advertisement, sundry expenses, telephone charges, entertainment expenses, audit fees, honorarium, repairs and renewals, upkeep of ground, conveyance, newspapers and periodicals, purchase of assets, purchase of investments, unbalanced B body. Unbalanced B body means it is nothing but the closing favorable balance. If it is cash, favorable balance, cash in hand. By balance B body, cash in hand. If the favorable balance of bank, then cash at bank. By balance B body. If there is a overdraft at the end of the year, I mean end of the period, so that will be coming in the debit side. That is to balance B body, bank overdraft. So these are the format of receipts and payments account. Understand? Let's solve the illustration 1. From the following particulars relating to Silver Point, prepare receipts and payments account for the year ending 31st March 2017. So the summary of cash transaction is given. From that we have to prepare receipts and payments account. The opening cash balance is given. It will be coming in the debit side of the receipts and payments account. And then opening bank balance also it will be in the debit side. And subscription 3 periods given for 2015-16 500 rupees, 16-17 7,600, 17-18 900 rupees. But we are preparing receipts and payments account only for the year 2017 31st March. But irrespective of that, all the subscriptions received for the various years 2015-16, 16-17, 17-18 will be appearing in the receipts and payments account debit side. Sale of refreshment, it is an asset. It is a income. So sale of refreshment it also coming in the debit side of receipts and payments account. Entrance fees, it is also in the debit side of the receipts and payments account. Sale of old sports materials. If we sell old sports material, that is a cash inflow into the business. So it is also a receipt. So it will be also in the debit side of receipts and payments account. Donation received for pavilion 4,600 rupees. It is also a receipt. So it will be in the debit side. Rent paid, it is an expenses. So it will be entered in the expenses side. That is credit side of receipts and payments. So rent paid and sports material purchase, it is also expenses. It will be coming in the credit side. Purchase of refreshment, it is also expenses. It will be coming in the credit side. Expenses for maintenance, it is also in the credit side. Salary paid, it is also expenses. And the tournament expenses, it is also expenses. Furniture purchased, it is furniture means it is a capital payment. Even if it is capital, we had already seen whether it is a capital or revenue nature. All natures will be coming in receipts and payments account. So if we purchase furniture, even if it is capital nature, it will be treated as a expenses. So it will be entered in the payment side. Office expenses, it is also expenses. It will be in the credit side. So we have to find out the closing cash balance. If we balance, if it is tallied, that is okay. If it is not tallied, for example, if the debit side, receipt side, it increases. And now let's solve the illustration 1. Illustration from the following particulars relating to Silver Point, prepare a receipts and payments account for the year ending 31st March 2017. The debit balance and credit balance both are given. You can see one by one. The opening cash balance, to balance B body, cash rupees 1000, and then bank balance is also given 7,200 rupees. And then subscriptions collected for 3 years given. So all the 3 years will be coming, because irrespective of the year to which we belong, whatever the receipt, irrespective of either previous year or following year or current year, all the years will be appearing. So 2 subscriptions, 2015-16 okay, 2016-17 7,600, 17-18 900. So all the 3s will be totaled and entered in the debit side of receipts and payments account. And then sale of refreshment, it is an income, so it will be coming in the debit side. It is a receipt. And then the entrance fees received 1,000 rupees. It is also a receipt. It will be in the debit side, receipt side. And then sale of old sports material. Sale of old sports materials means there is a cash inflow into the organization. So it is also a receipt. So sale of old sports materials of 1,200 rupees. And then donation received for pavilion. Donation received, it is a receipt. Donation means a receipt. So it will be also in the debit side. So these are the debit side. And then payment. Let's see about the payments. Rent paid rupees 3,000 rupees. And then purchase materials, sports material purchased 4,800 rupees. Sports material. And purchase of refreshments 600 rupees. It is expenses. Maintenance expenses are of tennis court. This is 2,000. It is also expenses. So it will be coming in the credit side. And then salary paid 2,500 rupees. And then tournament expenses 2,400 rupees. And then furniture purchased. Here you have to be very careful. Furniture means what? It is a capital nature. We had already told about whether even if it is a capital nature, both capital nature and revenue nature will be coming in the receipts and payments account, irrespective whether it is a payment or receipt. So if it is a capital expense, it will be coming. So by furniture purchase 1500 rupees, office expenses 1200 rupees, and then cash balance it is given in the question paper itself 400 rupees. So these are the things given in the question paper, and we have to tally now. We have to add the debit side total and then credit side total. If it is tallied, that account is clear. If it is not total, then we have to see the credit side, debit. I mean, this is a debit side total 25,000 rupees. So it is a total receipt. So what is the expenses? If you minus all the expenses from 25,000 rupees, if there is a balance, that is called bank balance. So here 25,000 rupees, here you can, for example, the debit side total is 25,000 rupees, we have to minus 3,000 rupees, credit side total, and then 4,800, minus 600, minus 2,000, minus 2,500, minus 2,400, minus 1,500, minus 1,200, and 400 cash closing balance. So there is still the balance 6,600. It is supposed to be the bank balance, credit balance. Understand? So 6,600 is the balancing figure. That is a closing bank balance. Okay.